So what we did, guys, we made a copy of E5, 6, and 7, like we did yesterday. So do me a favor, go right-click and rename these. So I'm going to go rename this one 3 and 4. Remember, these are the only left. So 3 and E4, E4, and make sure you delete everything else. And that would be the name of it to give me. And this is just one way of setting it up, guys. To give me, this will be site and garage. Site and garage. I just want to call it site and garage, guys, including everything for the site and the garage, right? Because that's what we're going to be doing. We have 3 structures, as I mentioned yesterday. One is the building. We're already done with the building. The second 2 structures are swimming pool. I'm sorry. Site, swimming pool. Don't worry. Swimming pool and garage. Site, swimming pool, and garage. So give me an idea that these are the 3 things that's going to be on this in this two-fold E3 and E4. Any question, guys? This is just an indicator. So I'm going to look at this file. I know what's inside this file. Nick, cool? Everybody's good with that? Okay, so everybody has a folder that looks like this, named E3 and E4, site, swimming pool, and garage, .dwg, right? If you guys are there, everybody's there? All right, let's go open it. Double click on it. With CAD, I'm sure you guys have done that before. With CAD, unlike other softwares, you can open the file and it will open the software for you. There are softwares, guys, you're going to learn later on. You have to open the software and then open the file through the software. Ignore it. Okay. So here's what we have. What we have done yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember that. Z enter, E enter. Okay, so here's what we've done yesterday. All right, you guys will see something similar to what I see. I'm going to go, the step number 1, what we're going to do? Go delete, right? We're going to delete that baby. So click anywhere. Since it's XREF, XREF, guys, come as a big block. So you don't have to box it in. You just click on anywhere on it and hit that button delete. So I'm done. I'm completely done with that, right? And to make sure you're done, make sure you put Z enter, E enter, and you can't see anything in the model space. And actually, my friend, we are working on the model space now, right? When we XREF the background, we always XREF in the model space. Almost always. Okay, cool. All right, so for the site and the swimming pool, there are 2 files that I need to XREF. Now I'm going to XREF 2 backgrounds in one model space. So you're going to be careful with that one. Let's go do it, right? Anybody remember what we did yesterday? We went insert and attach. Insert and attach. And I promised myself not to go faster this time. So insert, the tab insert and attach. Everybody's there? Insert, attach. Insert, attach. Cool? Okay, everybody. Cool? Okay, hit attach. When you go to attach, guys, you're going to we're going to attach a DWG file. So when you go to attach, the options that you have multiple options. The one that we're going to attach is a DWG file. Okay, so make sure you get your DWG file. Everybody change to DWG file. Yesterday, you guys were not able to see it, some of you, because it was a DWG file. Okay, so now we're set to attach a DWG file into, XREF it into our file. Right, Nick? So the next step is to go find that file. The easiest way to find, everybody's at this point? Cool? Am I too slow because there's no coffee today or what? Okay, so let's go. The easiest way always is to go to your desktop. Click desktop. You guys see the desktop? And then your shortcut that we did is really cool. Double click on your shortcut. It shoots you all the way to the folders. And then I'm sure you guys, some of you are ahead of me. Then dig into your team folder, into the file, into the design drawing, into the XREF, into the CAD, I shouldn't have bid the CAD, but that's okay. And there, everybody's at this point. Cool. All right, now let's go. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. I have the lower upper level. I need to look for the one that says here's one garage. I'm going to get the site plan first. What I'm going to do, I'm going to extract eventually the one that says garage. Can you guys see what the garage looks like? This is just the structure for the garage. Okay, just the structure. And then I'm going also to do the site. I don't know if I've never tried to extract both of them at the same time. So if you hit, but oh, should we try and extract them? I've never done that. Usually I do it one at a time. Well, let's do it one at a time. Since we're doing it one time. Okay, let's do it to the site. Can we go to the site, guys? Click the site, and we're gonna go open. And everything should be unclicked. Specify on screen. Everything is unclicked, right? Use is unclicked. So it's going to go to 0, 0, 0, XYZ 0, 0, 0. Scale is 1 to 1 to 1 in 3 dimension. We're working on 2 dimension anyway. And it's full path because we care less since we're going to be VPNing, right? Anybody tried VPN? Ashley didn't have anything to do last night to VPN. Dustin, my friend. There was a game last night. Is that what's going on? I bet you not a single one of you watched our president yesterday. You guys talk, huh? Anybody watch the president's speech? Oh man, who wants to talk politics? It's all bad news. Okay, any question about this? Zach, my friend, cool. Okay, let's go ahead and, or okay. Okay, now you go Z enter, E enter, Z enter, E enter, and off it goes with the site. Z enter, E enter, zoom all the way, and here's your site. Everybody's okay with that? Everyone is okay with that? Anybody remind me, what did we forget? Yeah, put it on the right layer. So I'm going to go back to home. We should have done that from the beginning. Believe me, last year, in the years before, guys, see how it's right now. It came at lighting, E-lighting fixtures. Phil, last year when we start turning things on and off, people were turning that or freezing that fixture, and at the same time you're freezing the background and say, Chad, the background disappeared on me. Well, because we put it in the wrong layer. So click on it like this, guys. Go to home. See where I went right into home here. And let's go change it into the already designed layer that we created. And was it background? I think it was background. Okay, everybody's cool with that? Click on background. You should have these. Everybody has them from yesterday. Click on it. So I know now my background came at a layer that I can deal with it, turn it off, on, leave it, whatever I want to do with it. And if I turn anything on or off, meaning disappear, I don't see it anymore, it's not going to affect the background unless you go directly to the one that says background and turn it off. So hopefully the name will tell you, no, don't do that. Okay, and then hit escape. And then, my friends, if you click on it, you are sitting at a background layer. Let's escape. Okay, cool. Everybody did this step? We're cool? All right, so that's the first step that we're going to do. Now I'm going to go extract, and I want to warn you guys, we're going to extract another file to the same. You can extract as many files to this file, right? You can just bring in pictures of them. Okay, let's go extract again. As I told you, we're going to extract 2 things, the site and the garage structure. Here's what we can do. Some of you might say, well, Chad, why are you doing that? Why can't you? Here's the stalled garages right here. Why can't I use this? Okay, as my... Okay, where's my... Okay, enter, escape it. Okay, so some of you might say, Chad, I can work on this structure. Yes, you can, but you can't see the dividers between the stalls. That's why we're going to bring another structure. That's how the architects did it. Blame it on the architects. All right, so we have done that. Z enter, E enter. And I'm going to go insert. I'm going to extract again, insert, attach. And you should default to the same location that we were in, right? Everybody defaulted to the same location. I want to go to the garage structures. Everybody's defaulted to the same location. Extra thing, a CAD file. Everything should be defaulted because you've just done it, right? You don't have to adjust anything. Any question, guys? Any question, my friends? Cool. And let's go if you guys okay with that. Chris, we're cool. Dustin, you guys, number one. And all right, so click. It's going to come at the same scale, full. Everything is the same. Nothing, right? Nothing clicked here. And let's see where it's going to drop it at 0, 0, 0. Let's see where it's going to drop it. When I drop it, I might have to move it slightly so they don't overlap each other. Don't worry about that one if they overlap. So, and I don't know, Z enter, E enter. There you go. I don't know where. Can you guys see where it dropped it? Everybody can see where it's dropped. When you put Z enter, E enter, it drops right at the top of it, top of each other. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to move things slightly. So move them. Can you guys see now you have two structures? Okay, Z enter, E enter. All right. Can you guys see that? Everybody can see the new structures. What I've done is you can grab them and move them. See how I'm grabbing them and moving them? Just move them slightly away from each other, guys. So you can, later on, we're going to be, remember, we're going to be putting them in a view. So they're two XREF files, completely separate from each other. And we're going to be doing, view them differently. You're going to see how we're going to be viewing them differently. Any question, guys? Everybody was able to XREF them, Z enter, E enter, you see everything? Grab one of them, move it away from the other, so we can work with them. Cool. Your team, guys. Back. Good. Ashley. Zach, you guys good? Tell my friend, good. Jackson. Okay. And you guys are good? Okay. So everybody, don't worry too much, guys, about that little deal here that came with it, with the XREF. You can bring as many junk as you want here. Later on, remember, the viewport is going to only, my viewport is only going to concentrate on this little thing. So you do everything here, we're not going to be even looking at it. So don't worry about that junk here. The viewport will just lock you into what you want to be looking at. So don't want you to be, okay. All right, so now that we are in with this, okay, now I just want to make sure, oh, by the way, did we check if we were on the right layer when we brought that baby? Let's go click on it. Can you guys click on it? Still on that layer, so do me a favor, go back and change it into which one? Background layer. Okay, so do the same thing for the second XREF file. So if you click on it, Chris, right now, after you change it, you can see it's sitting at a layer background. Just to organize myself so I don't turn on or off something that I shouldn't. Okay, so everybody should have two XREF files. Two XREF files. Now, Tom, my friend, as you know, I can XREF 100 files here if I want to. The problem when you XREF, guys, because you bring in one-to-one, if some of them, is huge compared to the other, like you can see, because these are coming one-to-one. That the size, the actual size, this should fit right in here, that little deal here. The reason why we brought this, because it shows the divider between them, so I'm going to put, remember, we're going to be putting receptacles there, and lights, and everything else. Cool? Everybody's cool? Okay. Anybody remember what's the next step that we need to do? Okay, let's go change the name of the layout. Remember what we did? This is not E5 anymore, so I'm going to go to the layout, or the paper layout. And rename. I'm going to rename this one, my friends, let's call this one E3. And what was E3 based on Chad's description? Site. I'm just going to say site on it. E3 site. Site. And, okay. So that's E3 site. Get rid of the power next to it. And the second one, the same thing, Nick, right? Rename, and I'm going to call it E4. E4, what do you guys think E4 should be? Oops. It's going to be based on what I'm asking you, garage and swimming pool. Garage and swimming pool, right? Get rid of the light. The reason why you don't put light or power, because if you don't put light and power, guys, it implies it's all. Does that make sense? When you say site, Nick, if you don't say site power, if you just say site, that means you're going to put the power, the low volt, everything basically on it. At least that's how I understand it. Now, who am I going to pick on? Jackson, my friend, what do you think we should do with E7? We only have 2 sheets. To be organized, yeah, you can leave it, but it's really nice to always clean house. Tell that to my wife, huh? And delete that one. I am the designated house cleaner. Oops, we're recording here. Don't want to listen to that. We'll get into trouble then. Thank you, honey. Okay, now we don't see anything here, right? Not yet. So let's go to, before I go to the viewports, guys, before I work on the viewport, do me a favor, go back into the model space. And let's remember there was a step where we put everything, all the layers that came with the XRIFT file, we put them in color 9, so grade them. We haven't done that yet on these. So you guys remember right here, that little icon here? Most of you, if you're home, you have to be home and go to layer properties. Everybody's there? Okay. Now everybody's there? Say yes. So I can, okay, thank you. Click on it like we did yesterday. Now please stop right here. Do not make everything here gray. Otherwise, all your layers, like happened yesterday, all your layers will turn gray and you have to reset all your layers. Happened many times in the past. So go dig into the XREF. The only thing we're going to make it layer 9 is the XREF. Can you guys see where the XREF is right here? These are the layers that I would like to get as the one right in here. So I'm going to go dig deeper into them. Okay, click on that one. Dig deeper, right? There you go. Now, there are 3 things. Title block, don't mess with the title block. That's the frame. Do I want to make it 9? No, I don't want to make it 9. So the second one is the garage. This is an architectural background. It should be grayed when I print. So all the attention will be given to my electrical stuff on that blueprint, right? I care less, as I said, about the reason we're gray, because we care less about the doors and the windows. When you're wiring things, you just want to see where are the receptacles. And you can see the window, but it's not, throw the attention. That's called throwing the attention on your electrical stuff by graying everything else. And the rest will be dark, right? Okay. Let's go group select. Everybody knows how to group select. Pick the first one, hold the shift button, and pick the last one, right? That's group select. Everybody group select them. And click right anywhere on the, not anywhere on the, what do you call these? The color, anywhere. Right on the color, click. You get the color. And what do you think, Ashley, we did yesterday? We put color 9. So we put type 9. You don't even have to pick it up. You type just 9 here and hit OK. And all these layers have changed into grade, have been grade. Cool? Okay. Okay, select group. Cool. Let's go to the second one. Now remember, Zach, we have 2 extra files now. We need to do both of them. So I'm going to go to the site. I did the garage. You can see all the garage. Everything in the garage, guys, has just turned into. Can you see that? All of them are turned into color 9. So exit from here. I'm going to go to the site. The same thing. Click the first one. Hold the shift button. Group select. So you select all of them. And what do you think? Which color am I going to put them? Color 9. Okay it. And off you go. Before you leave, make sure the garage is color 9 and the site is color 9. The title block should not be color 9. When you go to the title block layers, it shouldn't be color 9. Okay? So tile block is okay, no color line. The garage is, as well as the site plan. We're cool. Before you leave this though, before you leave it, just make sure you go all the way up here at the top, all, By doing that, Zach, you can see, and actually you guys can see all the layers that come, the electrical layers I'm going to be working with, as well as the layers that came from the XRIF file. We cool? I'll slow down a little bit here. Any question, guys? So we change everything to layer 9, exactly like we did yesterday. Tao, my friend, cool? Do you do this at work or? So you could teach us, man. All right. Phil, I see a question right into your right eye, man.
Yeah, site plan print, non-print, should that printer be turned off?
Oh, there's something non-print. You know what? I don't know what this layer is, but we'll site plan. There's something that says non-print. There gotta be a reason. Why don't you guys go and click it? Make sure everything is print. We will come back, by the way, and clean it yet. We will be cleaning later on. So yeah, make sure everything is printed. There was this layer was unprinted. Site plan, non-print. So just make them print now. Later on, what we're going to be doing, guys, my friend, later on, Phil, all these dimensions that you see, we're going to go dig deeper into the layers that came from with the XRIF file and turn them off, because we really don't want to see them when we print. We want to clean the background, call it clean the background. So you go look at the certain layers and before you print to make it cleaner, and we turn them off. And so that shouldn't be a big deal. Site, for example, non-point garage. See that particular one, guys? That layer, I'm looking at the site, right? And if you see that layer says site plan dimension, later on, before we print, I'm going to go to you in this and put it in a non-printable layer, or actually turn it off altogether. We can turn it off. Instead of non-printable, I can just go right here and turn this off. Don't do that anymore. Don't do it yet, because we still need to look at it so we can see the dimensions, so we can lay out our electrical stuff. Okay. Ashley, my friend, make sure you click on all so you can see all the layers and exit. Cool? Jackson, my friend, we're cool? Tao and number one and Dustin. Cool? All right, everybody's there, guys. Connect, exit. I didn't do anything else other than grade the garage and the site plan layers. I grade all of them, and then I put myself at all so I can see all of them, and I exit. Chris, my friend, you guys are good?
Yeah.
Okay.
The location of that. We're just figuring out formatting for that properties menu.
Oh.
You know how it flies out.
Okay.
Docket. How do you lock the taskbars or the toolbars? So, like, let's say somebody came on in our file and then accidentally moved a window and like top ribbon or something.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, there is a way. Let me think about that. I can't remember, honestly. Have been a while for. Yeah, but I can help you if that happened. If you lose all this stuff, there's a couple of buttons that you can click on them. Okay, Z-enter, E-enter. Here's my two files that you can see. Now when I change to black, if you go back here, now we have the model, right? Everybody's can kind of see what the model is, my model anyway. Can you guys see it? There, kind of. Yours is similar. Now let's go to the viewports. We're going to go to the viewports now. I want to remind you guys we're going to have 3 viewports, 2 in one layout, and the third is in another. So the first viewport, I'm going to go to the site. Can you guys see the site? Double click on the site. If you did it like we did yesterday, if you double click on it, it turns into this thick yellow. And if you say Z enter, E enter, you should be able to see everything, all the stuff that we brought here, right? But I only want the site. Do I want this junk here? I don't want this junk here. So what do? Just move it slightly to the other side. Slide it. So I'm going to go. Can you guys see how I slide it slightly? Now what I'm doing right now is meaningless because anybody can tell me because look at the scale is. Anybody can find a scale like this? So just put it this way, at least like I did, try to fit it. Before we go and pick, I need to pick up the viewport. You guys remember the viewport? How pick the viewport? Did I pick the view? It's hard when you might have to zoom slightly into the viewport. See my viewport? Yours is yellow. Did you guys put yours is yellow too? I picked the viewport. If you know you picked the viewport, you should be able to see these blue squares at the end. Just zoom in until you find that yellow line, which is your viewport, and pick it up. Everybody did that? Then we're going to scale it. I think the scale that we did last year that works is 1/8, because remember, this is a site. And Phil, did we say 1/4 for the plan because it's smaller? Now we're bigger. We're going to a larger scale. 1/8. Okay, perfect. So 1/8. I placed mine at 1/8. You can move it, so that's perfect. Now hit escape, and your drawing is set at 1/8. And please don't worry about the dimensions now because we will be turning them off as we go through. Okay? Now, everybody got that one? Let's do it one more time. If you're not, just make sure you zoom somewhere where you put that yellow line. Click on it. Zoom out. If you guys have a wheel, it comes really handy. Everybody has I strongly suggest that you have one of these for zooming in and out instead of, the zoom window and zoom, dynamic zoom and all this good stuff. That little wheel comes very handy. Okay, so when you see this, now I can see, Phil, my friend, that my scale is 1/8. If I give this one to a bunch of electricians, qualified guys like Jackson, my friend, he can go and measure and take off the project for estimating as well as for installation. When you trench the area, you need to know how far this structure, the building structure from the swimming pool, so you can trench it, right? If you put it 1/8, great. I can go scale it now. Scale it and find how many feet for estimating purposes as well as installation. And Chris, you agree with me, right? That's a major, when we know the physics. The actual physics is a big deal. If you don't do the scale, it becomes just a beautiful drawing. Really misleading. Okay, everybody scaled it 1/8. Now you can move it. If somebody doesn't like where it's situated, guys, you can double click here and you can kind of slightly move it, adjust it to fit somewhere. I'm not too hung up on beauty, but now remember, you can screw up your scale. If you screwed up your scale, no problem. Come out. Again, go back, click on it. Oops, I'm still on the. Okay, here you go. I screwed up big time, huh? All right, here you go. There you go. Okay, now double click anywhere out. Let's zoom into the my viewport right here for me. Click on it. I picked it up and I screwed up the scale. Let's go back again and scale it to 1/8. Good, perfect. Hit escape and good to go. Any question, guys?
Jen, do you like the lock the viewport? Just so you know.
You know what? I used to do it for the students, but I really don't when we're doing the exercise, because if you screw it up, it's really nice to go back and adjust it. You're not going to be working here. Most of the time, you're not going to be working here. So you really, unless you double click here, this will screw it up.
I mean,
yeah.
When you double click on it,
Yeah. I think where's you can lock it if you click here. Where am I here? Did I pick it up? No, I did not pick it up.
Right next to the scale.
Right next to this.
It's the yellow little lock.
Right, there you go. So yeah, you can, thank you, Nick. If you guys don't want to mess around with it, you can, right next to the scale, this little yellow lock, you can click on it. It will lock it, meaning if Chad is go double click in the paper space, it wouldn't move you to the model space. If that's something you guys like to do, unclick it. But I really don't encourage you for us when we're working, because if you are to make a mistake, it's really nice to go. It's not a big deal if you unscrew. I come over here, guys, and double click, and I unscrew everything, right? Now my scale is screwed up. Not a big deal. It takes you literally a second to adjust yourself and go back again here. Oops, you have to go out first and go back into picking up your scale. Is it a minute now or more? And clicking onto 1/8. Where's my 1/8? It's a really nice exercise, at least for a beginning. And then escape, and off it goes. Question. If you want to lock it, the lock is right, when you click it, it's going to be right next to the scale, the yellow lock. Good point, though. Any question, guys, about the E3? Any question about E3? E3? Any question about E3? Let's go to E4. If you guys don't have any, Jackson, my friend, any question about E3? We're cool? Let's go to E4. Huh? Did he say number 1 again? It's good to be number 1. Can you guys go to E4? Go to E4. Now for E4, you don't know that, but in E4, guys, we're going to have 2 structures. One is the swimming pool, and the other one is the garage stalls. Because these are 2 different structures, and they are coming, if you go to the model space, they're coming from 2 different locations. I need 2 different views. I can't have one view to give me this structure, see that structure, as well as the swimming pool. I guess I can, but that view will not give me a whole lot of details. It will be very small, and things will look smaller in it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make 2 views. One view, I'm going to zoom into the swimming pool only. Can you guys see the swimming pool right here? Just go to it's basically like a window. You're looking at everything and start zooming right into the swimming pool. That view 1. View 2, I'm going to go the same thing, looking at everything here. See, I'm zooming now into the swimming pool. I'm going to go out and zoom down into what? The structure of the garage. The second viewport. Piece of cake. 2 viewports in one sheet. You can have as many viewports as you want. Okay? Everybody's okay with that? What we're going to be doing? That's different. We haven't done 2 viewports in one sheet, at least yesterday. All right, let's go to this. Now I want to remind you that you already have a viewport in this sheet from what we've done yesterday. So go pick it up. You're going to see the blue lines here. The last thing you want to do, guys, is create a viewport inside another viewport. It will be very confusing. So that's why I picked it up first. And what I need to do, Chris, I need to size it. Just move it away so I have room for the other viewport. So if you guys grab one corner, can you guys see, grab one corner and go and just here's my viewport here. I'm just dragging it from one corner to put one viewport in one area. Okay, so I have one viewport. Everybody see what I did? I just put one viewport right here in one corner. You can size it later. One viewport here. And I need another viewport. Okay, just size it slightly to move it away. It doesn't matter where. I put it right here in this corner. Everybody did that? By dragging the corners. You can size it by dragging the corners, but just make room at least for the new viewport now. And see how we're going to do it. Cool? Everybody size the viewport. Physically drag it from any corner. Dustin, my friend, you guys are good? Okay. Now, I'm going to go create a viewport. Remember, a view. And where did we go to views? Okay, view, Chad. Remember that. Viewport. Here you go. View. Can you guys go to viewports? Everybody is there? I went to create another one. By the way, you actually can copy that viewport and just put it right next to it. But if you go to viewport, right? Everybody went. I'm sorry. What I'm trying to do, guys, I size the first viewport, moved it out of the way. Then I'm going to go create one more viewport. You can click on it and copy it, and it will do the same thing. Or you can go view and insert right here and viewport. Oh, not this one. Or is it insert viewport? Where did we find that? Anybody guys remember it?
Rectangular.
Oh, I'm sorry, not this. This is just to lock it, to pin it. Okay, rectangle. Thank you. View. We're right. View and rectangle. You can do any shape you want, but let's do the rectangle now. So everybody's okay with that one? Review rectangle. Click on it, and let's go grab a viewport from here. Here's another viewport. There's one little issue with my viewport. See how it came in green? I should have put myself on the right layer, right? Always. So no problem. Everybody did that? Let me go delete it. Click on the viewport. Done. Delete the viewport. Let's go again. Let's go to the home, guys. Go home and go put yourself in a viewport. Remember the viewport layer that we did here? Everybody see that yellow viewport? You've done a viewport layer. Everybody's okay? I put myself in the right layer, and then I went to view, rectangle, viewport, and here's my second viewport. I have two viewports. Any question, guys? Any question about the viewports? All right. Let's go see how we're going to size them. Remember, we can size them in any way, shape, or form that we want. These two viewports. We can take one half this way. Let's do it this way and see where we are. Okay, so I have two viewports. Here's my viewport number one. Z enter, E enter. This is all the viewport number one. I want to make, this is a swimming pool. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? I'm zooming on the swimming pool only. Double click on it. The second one right next to it, I'm going to go Z enter, E enter to see everything. Then I'm going to go back and zoom into where? Into my garage stalls. Somebody's mad. Okay, did you guys see what I did? If you double click on it, you can zoom. Basically, Ashley, you're coming from and zooming right into the location. That reminds me of, anybody you guys use Google Earth? You guys use Google Earth? See how nice when you're zooming, when you're going to Nigeria, you're going to zoom in your grandma's house. You can go type the address and it goes all the way to, go to my dad's driveway in Jerusalem. Right into the driveway. Unreal. Don't even start me about Google Earth, Ashley. I love it. Okay, any question, guys, about this? The only issue that we have right now, the way I did it, we have two issues, guys, the way I did it. Is it scaled? What's the scale? I have no idea what the scale is. Not good. So what I'm going to do, guys, we're going to go scale it. Like we have done, make sure you pick it up. Pick the first. When you scale them, Zach, we're scaling them separate scales. Each one of them you pick. So I picked this one. I'm going to scale it. Let's see what scale that can work with it. Anybody try a scale? 1/4. We tried. Where's my 1/4? 1/16. That's too. No, that's too small. I mean too big for that. 1/4 should be 1/4 or another one 3/8. Okay, it's not seeing all of it. So 1/4 probably. Let's do 1/4 here. Okay, I have 1/4, and then for the second one. Let's go pick the second one. Where the heck did it go? The second one. Okay, here you go. The hardest thing is to find the viewports. Are we in them? Okay. Why did I put my viewport here? Okay. Escape Chad. Are you guys following me? When I find my viewport, where's my viewport? Why can't I see my viewport for that one? It's a problem when you install it right there. Is it on an unprintable layer or something? You have the same thing? You can't see it?
You gotta get really close and you gotta click right in the center. that's why, Chad, just
There you go.
personally, Chad, I just like to have
Move it away.
report, yeah, just get it started.
Yeah, it's a pain in. So let's move it slightly here, just slightly. Very good point. So you don't have to get it through this again. Okay, so we picked my second viewport. Let's try that one also, guys. 1/4. See what we get. 1/4. 1/4, not bad, huh? You can adjust it slightly.
Are those notes part of the garage or is that?
No. Are they there? Don't worry about these notes because we can now cut them with the viewport. We move the viewport up and we cut them. You're going to see in a second here. I want the structure to be in. Yep, the structure is in. And you see that junk at the bottom? I want to go cut it with the viewport because I don't want this junk stuff at the bottom. So drag it. Did I drag the whole thing? No, not this, Chad. Thanks God for all this. Okay, so, oops. Scale. Go back. So I'm going to go cut it. See what I did, guys? There was some junk coming, some stuff coming with the site plan. I went and moved my viewport up to cut it. Remember, the viewport is a window. If you expand it, you see more or less. So I just went and moved it. Any question, guys, about this? I don't want it. Yeah, cut it. Just with the viewport, size the viewport up so you can remove it. Very good point. If you guys look at my viewport here, I can drag my viewport down, and if I drag it down, it will bring all this stuff right here. Everybody can see that stuff right here. I don't want it to be part of my viewport. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to go drag this. Oops, I'm going to go drag my my viewport just slightly up so I can eliminate that looking. Now, Ashley, you might see, Chad, well, these look ugly in terms of the viewport are all over. Remember, when you print, these will not print. The viewport will not print. This is just visual for you as you work. So another thing I would like to do, guys, Chris, look at this. When you start, you don't know, guys, this, but when we start working on a swimming pool, I care less about seeing. See that stuff here, the extra stuff here? We're not going to be working. Can you guys see that? We're not going to be working on this extra stuff, but it's really nice to grab this one and move it up and cut it right here. This is sizing what's important in this view you want to look at. And feel free to size it as you go through. The most important thing in this view, I want to tell you, is that we need to be able to reach this point, and we need to be able to go around the structure so we can put our lights for the swimming pool. So, Ashley, my friend, look what I'm going to do. See what I'm going to do? I clicked on my viewport, and instead of being wide, I'm going to go and move it up so I can see only certain things. And I'm going to go just for visual things. I'm going to go cut it right in here. Maybe slightly down. Okay, so that will give me, if you guys look, that will give me basically my swimming pool, and it will give me my garage, my swimming pool and my garage in one viewport. Before you leave, make sure you check your viewport is still 1/4 for this baby and still 1/4 for the other baby, right? So both of them are 1/4. Good. You made a mistake. You want to lock them so your partner doesn't screw them up. Feel free to do so. But if you screw them up, it's really, you know what? It's really nice because then you learn how to do it again. So, any question, guys, about putting two viewports in one paper? So, Zach, my friend, you can put as many as you want on. You can add another viewport. We use rectangle viewport. As you can see, you can use different size of viewports if your building is round or whatever. That's as good as you need to know how to set up the plans, basically. Any question, guys? Any question about the two viewports that we did? If you decided, guys, look at this. You decided, Chad, this is too much up there. I'm going to move it down. What you can do, you can drag, you can do it. See what I'm doing? I'm dragging the whole viewport. You can drag the whole viewport and put it right in the center if you so decided. See what I did? So because as long as you don't double click on it, If you double click on it, you are looking at the model space. The minute you double click inside these yellow lines, you're looking at the model space. Okay, Z enter, E enter here, Z enter, E enter, so you can see where am I here. Okay, what do we have here? Z enter, E enter. There you go. So you can see how your sheet is gonna look like. Questions? We're done. We're done setting up our plans. Now, when you give it to your CAD guy, I bet you within half an hour maximum, a good CAD guy can set up the whole plans for the whole project, the 32, 40 pages within half an hour. It's just plug and play, plug and play. Doesn't take that much of a time, really. The last thing you want to do, guys, is create things from scratch. Never create things from scratch. Every time you want to do a load calculation, use a template that you use, modify it. If you want to do CAD, use one that you've done and modify it. It's about speed. In the engineering industry, guys, we don't have a whole lot of money. So if it takes you twice the time to do the same work, when you are green like now, no problem. But when you become professional, you're not making money for the company. Do things faster so you can go, hopefully, they give you enough time to go golf and go ride your motorcycles, and hopefully.
Yeah,
Yep.
remember when I was talking about how the toolbars and windows move around? And
Okay.
Windows, the little lock is way at the bottom, and it looks like a little padlock right next to a gear, way on the right, on my right side.
On your right
On
side.
my right, yeah, your right.
My right too.
Yep,
That one here?
padlock, yep, that'll lock.
Toolbar, window, position, unlocking. Unlocked. Okay. So they will lock all the windows for you.
Yep.
Okay.
And then just, you can do,
Okay.
you can have your options of what type of windows you want to lock, or you can just.
Floating blade. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
So you can lock your stuff floating toolbar panels, lock toolbar panels, floating windows, and so forth.
Because I've had bad experience when
With
somebody else hops on my computer and then they screw up all my windows and.
and all your stuff is disappeared.
Yeah, how do I get that back now?
That's good. We'll go into these itty bitty stuff as we go through. Thank you. Please keep bringing them though. That's good. I forget them from time to time. You just get used to doing all things. Okay, are we cool, guys? I'm gonna give you a 5 minutes break, and then I'm gonna show you how to work on the Xrift files, the files themselves. So. Let's see when